Hey there everyone, I'm Marco Couvet, the host of Expat Experts podcast. This video is extracted of a longer interview with Tanya Rose, a Zimbabwean who moved to the UK when she was a teenager, but finally found herself here in Greece.
It's got its good things too, of course.
Yeah, of course. But I think it's especially big cities probably in UK, it has, and London has this kind of thing probably. Athens, for being a big city, I must say that it doesn't have the dynamics of a big city in the sense of like people have this obsession with working so hard to achieve things.
Yeah.
And I've never lived in London, but I visited, I don't know how many times I've been in London in my life. For shorter or longer time period. I've lived in Frankfurt, which is actually like the alternative on the financial banking area, and right now inside of the EU. So a lot of the banks in London and sort of like companies, when the Brexit moved everything to Frankfurt, and you feel like this kind of. During the week, you feel this boiling of the people working extra hours and putting like too much effort on like everything, and even like going out in between the weeks for like the socializing, but in a work environment thing, and it's just like. And in Frankfurt, it happened. I don't know if it's a thing in London. In London, the people lives in London if they can, and they work in London. In Frankfurt, there come a lot of people from Berlin, from the biggest cities in Germany. And they only come during the week to work, normally until Thursday.
Yep.
And then in Friday, everyone disappears. And the weekend, the Frankfurt, if you want to leave the real Frankfurt, it's only in weekends. Like, because the people who lives in Frankfurt stays in Frankfurt in weekends. Then the rest, I think London might be similar.
It was pretty much the same. Yeah. You know, even now when you look at places, there are people who rent their rooms or houses Monday to Friday let, and then weekends they come back to their houses because of those people that come into the UK for Monday to Friday. You know, there's this company I'm doing some work for. They actually have someone who flies in from Ireland Monday to Friday and then goes back. And I'm like, is that really like just to get into that rat race of, you know, consistently? And this guy will email you at 2:00 in the morning because he's there for work. So then it's like, when are you chilling? When are you resting? You know?
They're not, because for them, like for Monday to Friday, it's work. They don't even have like real friends in the city or anything because they're working there and they go back. And, I don't know, I've met quite some people in there, and their circles of like living was not the most healthy and sustainable. Definitely not flying from Ireland to London every week, like very green thing to do.
It's true, yeah.
So it was that the moment that you said, okay, fuck this shit, I'm leaving Britain.
That was a big reason. So mine got so bad because I was in the rat race, and I was, you know, I mentioned a little bit that in Zimbabwe, culturally, career was important. You know, you've got to have a good career, even though it looks different in Zimbabwe. And so in England, I'm like, okay, well, a career is being in the rat race. So I'd have 16-hour days. I'll go on holidays with my friends, and I'll be on a boat drinking wine and emailing at the same time because I'm a bad bitch and all that stuff. So imagine doing that for however many years. I was the biggest I'd ever been. Like, I'm still not the size I should be, but I was overweight. My hair was falling out with stress. You know, I was getting really sick, and I had to do something. I had to do something because something bad was gonna happen. And so this is when I was like, okay, I'm gonna move to Colombia. Because I had been there for a month and then 2 months to see my friend who I now live with here in Athens. I brought her here. But anyway, you know, I had said I need to get out of the rat race because it's killing me. And I've seen some people outside England who are surviving. And there are people in England who are surviving too. But for the lifestyle that I wanted, I couldn't. The money I had and the lifestyle I wanted, I would have had to work 7 days a week. And I didn't want to do that. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave. And the plan was Colombia. And my mom did not want that. Mainly because it was far away, but also because of what you read in the news. Like, you know, it doesn't actually feel like that when you're there, but because of what you read. And so that's why I was ready to move, because I was falling apart. And then COVID happened.
Okay.
So I couldn't move. I was locked down.
In UK?
As with everybody else, in the UK. And I had friends who I would speak to online regularly. And one of my friends was like, why don't we have these calls? Let's go to Athens for 2 months. And I was like, what's Athens? And he's like, Greece. I'm like, oh, you mean like Mykonos and Santorini? And I was a proper blonde. I was like, oh yeah, the islands. You know, I'll put my hands up. I didn't know how good Greece is. And then we came here in October 2020, and I was like, this place feels like home.
So it was still COVID times then?
Yeah, it was still COVID. People
but this
could fly.
moment that you could move freely between the
you could fly. There was lockdown here as well.
Yeah.
But at least I was locked down with my friend in a new place.
With Sam.
Yeah, away from England. Because for me, anytime I go to England, like I just crash. You know, I didn't have that support cycle. And I had friends. Like, believe me, I love my friends so much. I have a big group of friends. Problem is, my friends were in Manchester. My friends were in Birmingham. They were in Newcastle. They were in Reading. They were here. They were there. And then it's a cost to see my friends as much as I want to see my friends. Yeah. So then it was just an unhealthy cycle. And I was like, I just need to get out. And so I came here and I was like, this lifestyle is similar to Zimbabwe. And it's close enough to the UK. Let's forget about Colombia and let's see how we can move to Athens.
Okay. Interesting. I mean, it's a big change, Colombia to Athens, but yeah, sure.
My mom was happy.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, so your mom's still in the UK right now?
No, she's retired and she's moved back to Zimbabwe. Actually.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, she's an inspiration. She worked hardcore, and now she's living her life in Zimbabwe. And I'm like, that's the dream. In Athens, but that's the dream.
And brother and sister?
My brother's married. He's in the UK as well. Okay. And my sister also lives in the UK with her partner.
So your family is a little bit here and there then?
Yeah, so at least I have places to go.
If you liked this short video out of the full episode, you can find the link to it around here and in the description below. Of course, if you are also interested in checking out other episodes, please subscribe and like.